Gibby, you ready for a little green and gold, baby?
Heck yeah, we got number one coming to town, Brinky. A little Micah Parsons.
Live from the Justin Livestream Network studios, Scrib and Gib.
We're not live from the Justin Live studio, Moose. We're at the NR Garage Condos out here by the airport, looking across at Brinkman's favorite thing, green and gold. Corn.
Droopy
Cobs. Droopy cobs. We're going to get to On the Brink with Brinkman and a little agricultural talk later. But first, we got to cover... we're at the garage condos, got a boat in the back. We're going to actually take that out later, and we're going to pull Brinkman.
Hey, kind of like Weekend at Bernie's. That's probably what he'd look like back there, right? What do you think?
Moose could drive. Moose, you
could drive a boat. You know how to drive.
Oh, yeah.
I've driven lots of boat, yeah.
Yeah, and we could throw corn cobs at him as he's trying to surf.
Surf? That's not a surf boat, but we could put I'd like to see him in a tube and see how high we can get him to fly off.
I was just going to hope you weren't going to say I'd like to see him in a Speedo.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness. We already had this conversation pregame, and it's not good.
Yeah. They're picking on me again. They're jealous that they had to trade for Micah Parsons, and their defense still isn't going to be as good as the Vikings defense.
Because Gibby likes to be in the
dominant position.
Yeah, all the time.
Oh, wow. Jeez.
I tell you what,
you got your own board.
That was good. That was good. But I am telling you what I am jealous of is that I don't own one of these garage condos. These things are sweet. I mean, they have in-floor heat. They've got all these upgrades. You can get these like epoxy flooring that's just gorgeous. You've got the mezzanine up there, and you can put whatever you want up there. You can put like a little living room. Again, you cannot live in these, but you can make it like your man cave or your she shed or whatever, to my understanding.
Yeah.
She shed.
She shed.
So what I thought was really cool about them is the way they heat them is in-floor radiant heat. And I was up here earlier today meeting with Ben to get into this place, and other people that have theirs furnished, whatever you want to call it, invited me down to see their stuff. And you guys, it is so cool what you can do with these.
Yeah, you got to check them out.
First time Brinkman had an invite.
Why laugh at him? Why give him
that one was kind of funny.
Yeah, yeah, it is neat. I since they've been building them, and you see them all over now, right, in different towns and that. I've always been like, I wonder how often they're used, etc. How fast they're going to sell, and it's good to hear that they're going good. And I think they're neat. Someday, right? Someday, guys.
Well, I just think that the thing for the folks that are listening, just come down, schedule a meeting and walk through them. It doesn't hurt anybody, right? To just come down and check it out. And yeah, I know Rise and Grind right now is the real estate folks that they're using to sell these. I know you can go down to First National Community Bank. I know Joe Green is the one that sets up all the financing for them. So it's a very easy process. And I think, like I said, folks should just come out and check them out because I think you'd be very surprised at how nice the bathrooms are and all the upgrades that you can do.
Yeah, hopefully he's got to go use it so we don't have to listen to him.
And one of the people that is out here that I met earlier today, and he took me through he actually is an accounting firm, and he's out here. So with an accounting firm that, he's going to invite customers out here. And so he uses his mezzanine as a business. And then down below, he has all of his tools because he likes to work on cars and stuff like that. So I mean, there's so many different businesses that can be ran out of one of these.
JLS Insurance.
JLS Insurance could come out here.
We could.
Yeah, just think about that. That your office could be here. The podcast booth could be up there.
Hey, we'll tell Ben that he just sold another one by the time we're done. All right with this.
All right. Well, before we get into more fall sports, because boy, everything has kicked off. We got to talk a little life and family, right?
Yep.
So I was thinking about what we're going to talk about to encourage us more of life and family. So what I want to hit is not your favorite time of the year, the state fair, but just as Labor Day comes and goes, how is the family life changing, right? I think about, we all know summer is over, right? And now it's kind of more, hey, back into the normal grind of everything with school back in, for us that got kids in school yet. I know you don't there, but all of us have kids now, and then just sports, right? So how is your family adjusting to kind of getting back to normal, just the everyday grind of not the summer's gone?
I want to go last on this one because I want to hear want to hear Moose, and I want to hear all of your
Yep.
opinions of this because you start us.
Yeah, I can go. That's no problem. I think for us, we started a new chapter, 2 new chapters really, with Kiki going off to school. She actually made it back. So it was very emotional to see her again, which was awesome. She's only been gone for 2 weeks, but it seems like a while, right? And then today I dropped her off at the airport, and I'll see her next month at the Parents Weekend, but new chapter. Glad to see her doing very well down there. But all the new kids that are going back to college, that's that next phase of life, right?
Yeah.
Some of them, this is their last year of college, and now they got to look forward to being an adult, not just college life. And then obviously, some of them starting new colleges or transferring to other colleges, so that's a big deal. And then, now it's like Coco going to high school. And you talk about Labor Day sports. Half my Labor Day was spent in a gym. We were down in Menominee at the, can't remember exactly what
Sprawl.
Sprawl. Yep, the fall sprawl or whatever they want to call that. 40-some, I think there's close to 40 teams into that. Lots of parents spending their Labor Day weekends there. But honestly, I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I think for most of us parents that were there, I love watching the girls play volleyball, and I thought they did pretty well for the most part. So for us, it was great. How about you, Scrib?
Well, I was going to go to Moose next.
Oh,
We're
Moose
gonna
is
go
next.
right around.
Moose. Yeah, we're gonna go around the.
I like the routine of life.
Yeah.
Summer,
It's true.
summer gets pretty hectic, crazy. You're running around, you're doing stuff. It's literally just getting back into a groove, not just on the home life, but even work life, right? Like you're, back to Tuesday, Thursday nights or Friday night football, and you look at just like, that's what it's just summer gets so crazy because you're gone every weekend or every other weekend. There's always something to do. I'm not one to sit, so it's nice in the winter. I kind of slow down a little bit and actually try and maybe watch a movie or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you hit on something that I wanted to kind of bring up, just the routine, right? I would totally agree. I think during the summer, right, the longer days, so you can be outside enjoying, just sitting out watching the sunset or sitting by a pool or whatever you want to do on the lake, you can do that longer, right? And I think what happens is then you're out of your routine. So I think that's a big one, Moose. I think I would agree on that. But I also think where we live around here, like we try to jam as much as we can into June, July, and August. I know you bring it up all the time. You like living up here, but I love the seasons. Like I love summer, but I love this time of the year just as much because it's just great. Like, this past Labor Day weekend might have been one of the best in a long time.
Yeah, it was nice.
50s, 55 in the mornings, 75, 80 at night. I sat down at the pool on Saturday and watching football, just loving life. It was just great. It was just a beautiful afternoon, and I sent Brinkman a text, told him to stop by. Never did, but just a beautiful day, But I do like the routine, Moose. I think that's the biggest thing. And like you said, Gibby, too, about the different chapters. Bennett off to school. He did not come home. So, Lindsay was a little sad on there. But, it's also life, too, meeting new people. But then, like you said, with both girls going to new school, Graceland and the high school now, kicking off her fall sport, tennis, and then Collins getting into the middle school. Just kind of a different atmosphere. And now, finally, even though we've started school a couple of weeks earlier than some people, but I feel like finally Labor Day has come and gone, and now the normalcy starts for the next 8 to 9 months. So.
Andy had to put away his white pants because Labor Day is here.
So
That's a good one.
sometimes not only am I the eldest statesman on here, I do feel like I am the more mature one. I'm going to tell you guys. I'm just going to tell you right now.
Mature.
Oh, we're doomed if that's the case.
I'm going to tell you right now what Gib and Scrib are going through. I effing miss every damn day, and I'm going to tell you right now. Last Thursday, I had the opportunity to ride with Collins. Collins and I sat in the back seat of the Moose Mobile, going down to Eau Claire North.
Just think about the intelligent conversations.
Just getting to hear her talk about that first week of middle school was so damn cool to me. I miss it. I miss my son, who's now 31 years old. I miss him being at home, talking about how school was that day. Hey, what's going on for sports? What are we doing? I miss the girls. There was a time when all 4 of my stepdaughters played tennis in New Richmond. I miss knowing what's going on with New Richmond tennis on a daily basis. the tennis part of my life is being now replayed through the Bass Lake Smashers. 4 girls that are dear to my heart. I get to go there and cheer for them. We walked into the high school last Tuesday, and they all wanted their picture taken with me, and
Weird.
I got to have fun with it.
But
I'm
Very.
Listen, I think it's huge that these kids are out there doing their thing.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love getting to be a part of it and watching it. And, G Money, you know what? I feel bad that I have not been to a tennis match. And you know what? I realize I probably owe money because my phone just went off during a podcast. It was my son calling right now. And I'll tell you right now, it's hard to hit the red button on that. So these are all things I miss. I love fall because you can talk about football, volleyball, cross country, tennis. There are so many things going on. You got college football. You got the NFL coming up. There are so many great things for people to get to have conversations about. You can talk about handicap parking stickers. It's all there. It's all there for people to talk about. So I love this. And I'm just going to say this, and Moose, you've experienced with the majority of your 17 children. I'm going to tell Scrib and Gib right now, it goes a hell of a lot faster than you think, and make sure you take time to enjoy it.
No, I'd agree. I just sit here thinking, we've been to 2 games already for Justin Livestream calling the games, right? And it's different. It's I think the first year we did it, Bennett wasn't on the football team. And then the following year he was on a freshman. And then just like that, now he's down at Mankato. And I'm back to calling the high school games without a son, part of the program.
Yep.
And I would have never thought that last 4 years would have went that fast. So, I'm echoing everything you're saying. I mean, Moose, you've lived it, right? How fast?
Isn't it funny, though, how your life changes in a good way? You're now at the games. I mean, you're calling them. But, it's still Friday Night Lights. Your son isn't playing. But your daughters are getting to enjoy what it is as a high schooler watching those Friday Night Lights, right?
Yeah.
Being part of the group, being part of the crowd, being part of the student body.
Yeah, we experienced it where, Lynn's wanted to leave Eau Claire a little early last week, right? And the game was out of, blown
out of reach.
It was out of reach. And, Graceland doesn't want to leave, right? Because she's now part of the high school. I mean, she probably won't want to leave regardless, but let's be honest. But it is different because now she's part of that student section officially as a freshman. So, I totally agree. I think that's just part of
what does Gibby call student body left, student body right?
Yeah, there we go.
But I think the other thing, too, is you talked about is just all you get to see with the, your life family changing at this time of the year is now you start to see what the next 7, 8, 9 months of that year is going to be for those seniors, juniors, sophomores, and freshmen. So it's fun. You're starting to see.
And I love it. I'm a very much your windshield is bigger than your rearview mirror for a reason.
No.
Yeah.
I love that one.
Yeah, you're always looking forward.
There's a reason.
You're always looking forward. It's fun to see what happened past, but I'm one, especially, probably the last few years for me, just kind of looking forward at everything. But truly, that's how I live. I don't remember a lot maybe from my kids' past like I should, but for me, it's very much look forward. Look at what you have. Look at what's coming so you can enjoy it then, and then, hopefully you have some memories on the way.
Well, here's a deal breaker. If you think you loved that saying, you just wait till I explain it to you. It's amazing. You touched base on it there. I think he was starting to sprinkle in the understanding, but it's pretty special.
Two ears, one mouth. There's a reason, Gibby.
Hey, so Bennett's where did Bennett go?
Mankato State.
Oh, Gibby, where'd you go?
Augie. There we
back.
go, baby.
Got it back.
Hey, but I will say this before we get in, because I know we're going to get into a lot of sports here, but before, I just think this is the perfect time to announce the first showdown on the Scrib and Gib where we're actually going to pull it off, Brinkman. And I know you're well aware of this, even though you look super confused right now, but the fact that you missed tennis, Scribner and I want to allow the opportunity for you to get back into the life of the tennis and being able to play G-Money straight up. You versus G-Money in tennis.
Oh, I'm on that.
Yes. Oh, I
I'm
know
on
you're
that.
on it.
I'm
We're gonna
that-
set the match up.
Oh, yeah.
We will be
Absolutely.
recorded.
Absolutely.
We will have pre and post interviews, and I will talk to Doc Diesler to see what day he is off to make sure if he could be there, and maybe a tins unit and what do they call those shockers with the heart? What do they call them?
AED machine.
Yeah, the AED machines. Well, when you need one that's set to porcelain or whatever the hell that thing's made out of, what do you got that thing made out of? Is it porcelain or something?
Yeah, it's porcelain.
Yeah, it's
I'm
porcelain.
And
good.
who's
It's
he
good.
playing?
G Money.
G Money.
He's playing G Money. The new
victory position.
That's what she'll be ready for.
Yeah.
early bet. Early bet.
Oh,
I'm gonna go a 6-0 sweep. G Money.
you think so? Wait a minute. We have to play that long?
Well, you got to place.
I was gonna. That's a lot.
Is it?
That's yeah.
Okay, so let's-
The guy, you
should we-
just had a benefit for the guy.
Okay,
Holy
that's true.
smokes.
Should we do 3 to go up to 3?
Yeah, we're gonna go first 1 to 3. Yeah, we're gonna go first 1 to 3, win by 2. Though we should do that just to make it fair for her. So yeah, me v G Money.
Yes.
Holy cow! Say that 3 times fast.
So we'll go up to 3.
Yeah, I'm on it. I'm your huckleberry.
No.
We're gonna do it. All
I
right.
like that.
Are you taking money on yourself or are you putting it on G?
No, I'm putting it on myself. Always bet on Brinkman when the chips are down. That's what they say.
Always bet on Brinkman.
Oh, wow. All right. Well,
I love it. Can't wait.
there we go. And
Wait
we're
a minute. Did I just get talked into something stupid? No. Did I just?
Very,
And it's
very
not
confidently
even
you
1
did.
o'clock in the morning on a Friday.
I know.
Moose, you're supposed to be here to protect
No,
me.
I think
I'm all in on this.
I think he was thinking that's a good bet. I'm not included in the bet. So no Moose isn't gonna get hurt.
I'll supply the iPad.
Was
for the
I
video.
just okay?
That's all
hold
you
on a
need,
sec.
right?
We're
That's
gonna
perfect.
back up the train. Does G Money know about this?
Not yet, but she'll love it.
Oh, she's
Okay.
Oh, she's all in.
I just
We're
want to
working
make
through.
sure.
We're working through the contract as we speak, but
Just
it'll be
want-
fine.
Okay. Yeah.
it'll be a Lupien NIL deal.
There we
I
go.
like that. I like that idea. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm your huckleberry. I'm in on that one.
All right.
Absolutely.
Here we go.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, that's a good little life family talk there as we kind of talk about post Labor Day and how everybody's kind of getting back to reality with school in session and life is getting back to normal for all of us, included like Moose for you. Like you talked about the work, just man, your work picks up, but it's fun, structured work. So that's it.
Yeah, it's just not. I mean, we have September is super busy for us because we got horse shows, so it's just that's when it intermeshes. But you get into a structured but that's when you get into a structured Tuesday nights, Thursday nights, and a Friday night.
Well, that's what I mean. Fun, structured your job back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have nothing going on during the day.
Well, I was talking your horse shows, buddy. All right, let's get into some exciting fall sports because we got a lot of things we got to cover today. We got to talk about the high school sports. We got to talk about a little bit of the college, and then we got to end up because hey, let's just call it what it is. Somebody's going to be 1-0 on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably going to be
Purple
the
rain,
Pack.
Purple rain.
All right, let's get into some. Let's talk tennis a little bit, since I'll take that one quickly. The tennis folks, I mean, they played down in Eau Claire on Thursday and Friday. Big tournament down there. They played Eau Claire and Hudson one day, along with Baldwin was down there. And Eau Claire, Memorial, and Hudson are usually some of the better teams. So that was fun to kind of watch. Just again, a newer team, right? Your singles, number one singles is Lindsay Ritzer, so it was fun to watch her. I'd never watched her play tennis, and she hung right in with the Hudson girl, but you could see her, and I even talked to her dad a little bit, she was being more defensive versus attacking. Again, I like to play tennis too, but probably more pickleball nowadays, a little more fun, but it was fun watching, two good tennis players go at it, and Lindsay did lose, but it was a good match, and talked to her dad afterwards. She feels like she'll be able to be more competitive now, just kind of flipping that mindset to be more aggressive.
Sure.
And that's one thing, again, I don't think I've ever watched high school tennis in my life before. So it was just fun to watch. And then did get to see Grayson play a little bit on Thursday. And then Friday she got to play a little singles, and she did a lot better. So it was fun to see.
Good.
So again, younger team, their number one doubles team is Lily Jess and Olivia Tyval. And then Carly and I can't think of her name now. Jeez, I just forgot it. Are the number two singles. Doubles. So a good young team, but it'll be fun to watch over the next couple weeks and just seeing more of those girls get better.
And what's crazy to me about tennis, and we talked about this before, is that on September 30th is the conference match at the conference meet already. So I mean, but anyways, this is something I don't know because I haven't followed for a couple years. Is Denise Devereaux still the coach?
Yeah, for both girls and boys.
Unbelievable. So Denise Devereaux, she graduated with my oldest brother from New Richmond in 1983. She went out to Hawaii where she played collegiately. She played tennis, and she was a tennis pro out in Hawaii.
In Australia, I think, too.
Yeah. And then she moved back here. She was a Kumala.
Yep. Mr. Kumala. And Betty Kumala.
Bill and Betty. That were her parents. How many hours between those three, between Bill, Betty, and Denise, have they gave to New Richmond Athletics?
Oh, boy.
It's unbelievable.
A lot.
And I will tell you this. I saw personally how she was with three of my stepdaughters. Unbelievable how great of a job Denise does in New Richmond. And I understand they're in a little bit of a rebuilding mode right now. It started probably last year, and it's going to continue for maybe a year forward. But the future looks really bright for New Richmond tennis. And the one constant for New Richmond tennis the last 20 years for the girls has been Denise Devereaux. So, Coach D, thank you for all you do. And I miss not getting to go to her house for a preseason cookout each year.
I was there.
Oh, well,
I was there.
I just like
She
the
does
food.
it every year?
Yeah.
Every year.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is really cool. All right, Gibby, give me a little update on the volleyball team. I know you were down in Menominee for the big sprawl.
Yes.
So,
it was a great contest for the girls. I thought that, you talk about the youth and the rebuilding. Obviously they have an absolute dog in Ashlyn Schultz, and and by the way, it's my fault. Her mother said you do not have to correct this, but it's actually the University of Southern Illinois Edwardtown. Sorry. She's not a Saluki.
Oh, she's not?
She's a Cougar. So if you maybe look that up, if you want to look that up.
Can I ask a question?
Edwardstown, I think it's Edwards, but it's Southern Illinois, Edwardstown, I believe. And she'll be a Cougar down there. Anyhow, she's bringing her talents to that Division I level, which is amazing. But now you look at it, the other 5 starters, you're looking at a freshman, 2 sophomores, and 2 juniors. So, I think you're going to have some growing pains that come along with that. But I thought, the girls went 4-3. Definitely feel that 2 of the losses, I know it's easy to say this as a fan and as a parent, but should have never lost those. I felt that we beat better teams than some of the teams that we lost to. But we get in some of these funks, and I think once we start to shore that up, I think they'll be a tough team. River Falls did win it, and they're tough. There's zero doubt about it. River Falls is a very tough school this year in volleyball. They actually took on Hudson, so I was able to watch that match. Both teams very good, came down. River Falls ended up winning in 2, but it was close. So the Big Rivers, and actually Chippewa Falls is tough this year. I know the Tigers took them down twice last year, but River Falls ended up beating them in 2, but had their hands full. So
But 3-4 years ago, they were pretty tough.
Yeah, they were very tough, Chippewas. So I think they're back. It's going to be one heck of a competitive year this year for the Tigers in the volleyball world. But I love where we're sitting. I think we've got great energy, and I think we're only going to get better as the year goes on. So I'm excited to watch the girls play. So yeah, I felt they did well.
Yeah, I did follow up. I know Turtle Lake and Clear Lake were down there, so I talked to a few people I know, and they were watching. So it was fun to hear it. My sister went down, watched, and it's just fun to see all the local towns around there too. You know, and that's kind of neat too. So it's always good to know it's well represented in the area, and it's a great meet. It's been going on forever. I remember when my sister played there for crying out loud.
Really?
So yeah,
wow,
it's been going on for a while, for sure.
Is the LeBlanc girl back for Hudson?
Nope, she is not playing. So I just ran into her dad this weekend. She's not playing volleyball this year. She's just going to, just because of the injury last year, she is rehabbing, hoping, if I remember right, she was going in this week to get cleared for the year, and then she was just going to continue to work out and do maybe 1 or 2 fall ball games for basketball, and then just get herself ready for basketball. So just
and I apologize. I don't know the last. I know Scribby will get this, but the gal from Rice Lake,
Shepley.
Shepley. Yep.
Eliana.
She's athletic, so she's a middle for them, and she's what 6'4",
Nah,
6'3",
6'3",
6'4".
tall.
She is tall.
Oh, man.
And she's athletic.
She signed to play
Basketball.
for the Badgers.
Yeah.
And I just saw this on Sunday morning. Very disappointed that the Gatorade Player of the Year for the girls is a girl from Heartland or whatever.
Signed for the Gophers.
Yeah, signed with the Gophers. And I really like the the recruiting class next year for Badger girls basketball is actually pretty darn good. With Shepley not even being one of the highest rated people that they got, but yeah, I saw that and that disappointed me.
Yeah.
Stupid goofers.
Well, I mean, part of it is just there's been a little bit of some weirdness at Wisconsin girls basketball with the coach leaving that, but I think grabbing like Shepley's gonna be huge. But I did have a story about Shepley. Somebody when she was a freshman, they were watching her play volleyball. Like, oh, where'd you play club volleyball? Because she was that good, right? And
Yeah.
they're like, I don't play volleyball. I play basketball. That's her. She just loves basketball.
Yeah.
She's that good. Never really played club.
Yeah. I mean, she's a what do you call it? Generational talent. I
Yeah.
mean, to be that tall and still be athletic and have your
It's fun.
Because sometimes girls or guys that get that tall when they're kind of. You know what I'm saying? They're kind of like Brinkman getting out of bed in the morning. But this girl, I mean, she.
I was
she
thinking
is talented.
softer, maybe like a baby giraffe.
You guys, my headphones are on. I can hear all this stuff. I will say this about Shepley. Listen, she's the same way on the track. I mean, she's
Yep,
just
fast.
Oh, yeah.
just an absolutely amazingly fun athlete to watch.
Yeah.
All right, let's a little cross country. And the boys were down, and I think it was Eau Claire. Jackson Hughes was top finisher at 18th for the Tigers, followed by Eric Page, Ethan Perez Mora, and then Hunter Toonstra, the freshman, clocked in at 57th overall. So, it's kind of exciting to see that, again, there you are, younger kids out there running and Richmond's showing up overall very well. You know what I mean? Again, it's fun to see. On the girls' side, we kind of talked about it. Kendra Christensen is kind of who we figured would be up there. She was 8th overall, 1930 time down there. Menominee had 1 and 2 at 17:52, and a minute later was the other girl. Holy smokes, that's moving. So, kind of exciting, right? I mean, again, Kendra Christensen up there in 8th, and then you had Madison Benzer at 29th. And Macy McLean, I believe she is a freshman as well. I remember her. And Katie Ibnett were up there as well. So Katie was at 42nd and Macy McLean at 46. So,
All right.
again, like you said, Moose, right? Everybody's getting in the flow of thing. Who did the old soccer? You? What do you got there? How did the boys do?
So they looked really good, I thought, the other night. It's so hard because they played Superior, and you just never know what you're going to get year from year with Superior. I mean, literally, one year they could be world stoppers, the next year they couldn't stop the world. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how. But we're gonna find out more this Thursday night. They play Eau Claire Memorial. I will have more to report next week. I can tell you this: they played a very effective, efficient game on Friday night. It was fun to watch. It was a clean game. I think they have some speed in some different areas. They started a young goalie, actually a freshman at goal.
Who's that?
It was a Stevens, a different Stevens than his brother, who's a senior. There's a lady outside waving at me, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Other hi.
Hey, that's what happens in this garage town community, right? It's everybody's happy and wants to say hi.
He's going to Lee Corso it because that's what Brinkman does. No, I thought they did a great job in getting to 1-0 on the season. We're gonna learn a lot more though on Thursday night at 7 p.m. at New Richmond Athletic Field. They will play Eau Claire Memorial, I believe it is, and that should give us a good question. You know, if you can compete with Eau Claire Memorial and Hudson year in and year out in the Big Rivers and soccer, you're going to be doing pretty good for the boys. So we'll see.
Right. Golf did have a meet. I can't remember what they placed, but I know the girls, Sam and Alex, will be right up there. I think at 10th and 11th. So again, everybody's rolling. How about Thursday night, boys? Last Thursday, your New Richmond Tigers down in Eau Claire on the new Eau Claire North Field, which is a beautiful field. That was a nice setup down there. Tigers victorious, 48-10. Gibby, what do you got? What's your first, your second impression now of the New Richmond Tigers.
Yeah, that was it was an interesting game. I think we were all excited to see the Indiana recruit, or is he a commit? Indiana commit,
think he's
possibly.
a commit.
6'7", 300-pound defensive. He was a nose tackle on D, and I believe he was a tackle on offense. And the Tigers took it to him. I mean, it was just, we were so fast. And I think that's the thing that stands out to me, guys, is the fact that the Tigers are just so fast. And I think back to Quaddy's runs. Quaddy might not burn as quite as fast as some of those, but his balance was outstanding. They couldn't bring him down. So what was he, two carries for 2 touchdowns, or 3 carries for 2 touchdowns, or whatever that is in the Wildcat? So, and then offensively threw the ball well. I know we had a big touchdown there thrown by your big number 12. And who was he? Was it Colton? Was it Colton he threw that to? The touch?
Braden Yeski.
Braden Yeski, sorry. And so that was a big touchdown. So kind of spread the ball out, throw it a little bit more offensively, we're a little bit more balanced, and defensively just flew around the football field and made some tackles. Special teams I thought did well. It was the first time, like Brinkman said, I've never seen anybody squib kick and then them kick it back to us. But
That
too
was
bad.
weird.
We never did get it back, but that was an interesting play.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it was a great game. It was fun to see Austin Whittick. Like, I think what I felt like he had 200 yards by half. Well, he ended up the game with 16 carries for 223 yards, 3 TDs, 14 yards a clip, Moose. I mean, he was running hard, and I mean, his kickoffs, he ran just as hard as his regular runs.
yeah.
I mean, he was looking good. And like you said, Luke Quaddy, 4 carries for 42 yards and 2 touchdowns. The one time, which was interesting, first time we've seen this, right? Quaddy comes in as a quarterback, and they bumped out Stelright out to the right wide side of the field. So it'll be interesting how that expands, right? We didn't get to see Tavian much. He got a little dinged up, but hopefully he's back for this week. We also got to see Nick start to spread the ball around a little bit. Only 5 receptions, but at the same time, I thought seeing Comro get 1 catch for 50 yards. Obviously, he's got his speed from his dad because he got caught there from behind. But I thought that pass to Braden Yeski was just what we can see more of, Moose, right? Just a long pass right there, and starting to see other guys catching the ball now, right? Like, we were kind of wondering who's going to be sort of the Aiden Eckert of the year or the Max Kredovic. So we're starting to see different guys catch, and that's exciting to see.
It's our typical New Richmond offense. So we're going to be very run heavy, and then as the season progresses, right? Like they just keep adding more to their playbook. They've done it how many years now? But that's how it goes, right? We're going to think, this week we're going to see a little bit more. We get a little conference play, just a little bit different look of which way they go. Like you said with that Luke Quaddy thing. Didn't he play quarterback for a while?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, can you imagine
7th,
him? I
8th
mean, he
in
can
his
run.
freshman year.
And then all of a sudden he's playing quarterback, and you're like, well, we can throw to that big Stelright body too. So it's like.
Yeah, I think technically, hopefully we don't see him in as a needed quarterback, but
No.
technically I believe he is a second-string quarterback if needed, if something happens.
But I'm just
with-
saying, though, it just opens up our offense.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
Yeah. But defensively, I think it was fun to see, right? Defensively, the team just – I think what you saw there, in reality is the team starting – we talked about it, right, guys? Like Brinkman, hey, let's just get one game on film and see what head coach Reggie Larson can do. And you saw that. I felt like they really clicked just the growth from week 1 to week 2. We talked about it. We were literally talking it like this last year after the Eau Claire North, just seeing the difference in the season, in the games, and it was fun to see.
We talked about that quarterback. The quarterback
Last
for
year
North,
was bad.
I think he was running him when he's asleep. I mean, that guy, how many sacks? I don't know how many sacks we got, but that guy was on his back or running. 7 sacks.
Yeah.
That's
Is that what it
incredible.
was, 7
And how
sacks?
many
How many
pressures?
pressures?
Another 10?
Oh, my words.
I mean, it was
he got his
unbelievable.
yards from scrambling.
Yeah.
He did. He did. And I just think about that one possession when Noah Zanin had a sack for like 13 yards, and right behind it was another sack for 16.
Yep.
And it was just like, I felt like after, we basically got stopped right away, kicked it, they moved the ball a little bit, and then it started clicking for us. And after that, Reggie just
He dialed
turned up
up.
the pressure. He dialed it up, and holy man, they went backwards. So it was very fun to watch. Oliver Hedges, the senior, had 5.5 tackles, 4 solos. Noah Zanin with 3.5 tackles, 1.5 sacks. Evan Fagnan had 1.5 sacks. Just everybody had something there, and it was fun to see. Even Mason Gunter got in there at the end there and got a sack. So it was just fun to see. You're starting to see that defense really come around strong. And I think this week, too, against Chip Falls, it's going to be very important. Start tightening everything up, just like we saw last year, right? After I felt like the second, third game, things got fun really quickly on the defensive side.
So a couple things you talk about New Richmond football offensively. Okay, last week it was Brant. This week it was Quaddy.
Yeah.
last week it was, I can't remember the name, but this week it was Yeski. I'm telling you right now, Stelreich's pass might have been one of the prettiest passes I've seen in high school football since I've seen Nate Stanley play when he was at Menominee. That touchdown pass to Yeski was absolutely gorgeous. One of the things I like to do is talk to people that aren't associated with us.
Oh, yeah.
And Bob Bradovich, I talked to him, the old WQOW guy. He said to me after the game, he goes, that in Richmond offensive line may be the most athletic group of players who absolutely can crush a defensive line I've seen in a lot of years. And I thought that was an interesting take.
That's a good compliment.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
But I think what we're seeing is that group just playing really well together, and that's what he talked to me too. He's just, I can't believe how well they're just in sync. And that's good to hear from an outsider, right? Like, we've been pretty used to that. We were questioning what it was going to be like last year with the new center, with Will and 3 guys graduating, but then we had success last year. Now we're just rolling it into this year, and it's just it's what we're used to here, Moose. I just feel like
the only issue with the offensive line, not the only issue, but I think it's funny, is when we do have a different quarterback in. He's not 6'4" or whatever he is. He's like 5'10". Whoop.
Yep. You're right. They got to get
that's a different. As a O lineman myself, I never played center, but still, that's a
clean that up.
You just get used to that for 3.5 quarters, and all of a sudden you're like, wait, that guy's not that tall anymore.
Right.
I think that's a very just a solid statement. I think
it's not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's just like, wow, that's a height difference.
Yeah, but when you're doing it with Reese Hitty before in Stelrite, it wasn't quite the difference. Like, Reese is probably 6'1".
Sure.
But another thing I do want to comment, we've seen this gentleman twice now. It's fun watching Preston Hitty come in as a sophomore and get some good playing time, and it's fun to see. I think it's just great. He had us. He completed his first pass, I think. So it's fun to see.
They should be playing right now.
I
wonder if Justin Livestream even has that on. I should check that.
I'm sure they do. But it's something that there's not too many times we'll quote Brinkman for sure because of some of the things he says. But if there's one way to fill up a weight room, let the younger kids play on a varsity field. And we've seen it twice now.
Yep.
And that's really good. So looking forward to this week as we get into the Cedar Lake race to the finish for the conference, for the Big Rivers Conference. It's conference play, guys. Moose. Chippewa Falls again. Here we go.
Yep.
Right back at it. What are you looking forward to that game?
Just to see if we can keep it going. Like, keep our ground game is rolling right now. So between the offensive line and the ground game, I want to see if we can just keep that going with as we get into conference play. Chip is up and down, right? I think they're kind of like, we don't know. It's hard with the preseason games, and it's hard until you get into about 4 or 5 games in to see where teams are really at. I'm just kind of looking forward to keeping that going.
Yeah, I was talking to a guy at work today just generally about, about Hudson, who do they got this week and that, and we were just talking, just generally the crossover games have not been very good.
No. They're tough. Like, you don't know where people stand.
Yeah, DC Everest was a good team last year, and this year they're not necessarily as good potentially, or it's early. You just don't know. So it's just kind of interesting, the crossover games. But I'm excited to, kind of see a little bit more conference play now and to see the boys get stronger and better defensively, show up a few more things. Offensively, just keep it clicking, man. It's fun. It's fun. So, Brink, what do you got here for the other conferences? What do you got?
Well, last week in Dunn St. Croix football, Glenwood City moved to 2-0 with a 41-0 win over Osseo. Clear Lake lost to Webster 16-0. The machine that it is, Boyceville, 54-0 over Cameron. And Spring Valley loses 13-8 to go to 0-2 on the season.
But I heard somebody say Colfax got a victory.
They did. Colfax did get a victory.
So that's exciting. I was up in Turtle Lake. I did watch Turtle Lake in the Dunn St. Croix, so I watched them play Augusta. That was a snoozer, 54-0. But we had Tarman on, and that was fun to interview Brody Tarman from Turtle Lake and then go out and watch. And he played good. He had a pick 6 taken back, but he is an athlete, man. He can move. But it was seeing a 205-pound freshman running back run a little bit too. He ran over a few guys, but Augusta. So ran
into
the
score?
Like 54-0, I think it was. I might be off on it, or 52. But ran into a high school classmate of our brothers who was on one of the good teams when David Ludi, we've talked about this before, played. We played Augusta. They knocked us off. And he's like, back in the day, Augusta used to have 50 people on the sidelines.
Wow.
They had like 7.
Really?
So it was like 17 or 18 on that Tiger team. So just it's small school football. It's a shame. I know like Turtle Lake's going 8-man next year, but it's something that I get it. I get it, but I miss the small towns. It's fun. You know, you think about Jimmy Leonard, man. All-American 10-year pro from Flambeau, and they're, 8-man now too. So
I'm showing here that Colfax lost.
So they might have got it wrong on here.
Oh, well, yeah. Somebody had said they were.
Yeah, I think they might have got it
I
wrong.
I had them almost beating Oliva Strum. They just came up short, losing 28.
Bound.
I think this thing
losing
was wrong.
28-0.
Because you got unbound, you got them 1-1.
Yeah, it had a flip. It had the names flip flop. So okay.
All right, well, we're wrong.
This week though, in the as we move to full-time conference play here in the Dun St. Croix, we have Elmwood at Boyceville. Spring Valley will be playing Clear Lake. Glenwood City is still outside the conference. They are playing Grantsburg. And Colfax will be tussling with Turtle Lake.
Let's go Lakers.
There you go. All right, on to the middle border. We had some good contests here, although unfortunately a lot of the middle border teams did go down this past Labor Day weekend. Unity did beat Amory 54. 50.
No. Amory smoked Unity.
So they got this stuff. Okay. So Amory smoked Unity 52-14. Okay.
So you have to look at the mascot. You see, they put the mascot.
Oh my
there.
gosh! All right, everybody. Well, that was.
That will do it.
hey.
We gave Gibby one assignment, and he can't do
Who
it.
does that, though? Honestly, why didn't you just put the score behind the name? All right, so Unity beat them 54-14. Ellsworth did take it to La Crosse
Unity
Central.
did not beat
Hey,
them.
Scrib, shut your mouth. We've got Ellsworth
Amory
23. I'm sorry, Amory won
Thank
52-14.
you.
Ellsworth won 23-21.
It's a nice boat behind you.
St. Croix Central did beat Elk Mound 21-14.
Are you going to the mall after this?
Let's go to the mall.
All right, let these two perfect a-holes take it the rest of the way.
I do know that up there we talked about not Jordan Maxon, sorry, Jacob Maxon. He had a heck of a game, had like 4 touchdowns. I did hear they were just starting to filter in the JV for Unity, and Amory hadn't taken out Maxon. Next carry, 80 yards for a touchdown.
Oof,
So the coaches weren't too happy, I guess, for Unity. But, that is the way it goes. But, again, we'll get the scores right next time. I get what you're saying. I saw that on Bound before, how it is with the logos.
Yeah,
It's
I've
weird.
never seen it that way before. But anyhow,
it is bizarre.
Black River Falls does go down to Altoona, 52-14. Durand did take down Prescott, 34-21.
That's a surprise, I think.
Yeah, it was. I think
big
they were
surprise.
surprised. I think they were surprised as well, to be honest with you.
Are they 0-2, Prescott?
Yes.
Yeah, they are, and we picked them to top of the conference. So we'll
you
see.
You did technically.
We'll see. We'll see it how
Well,
it shakes
he also
out.
left out Osceola. So
I did.
yeah,
I did leave out Osceola. Baldwin-Woodville took out Gale Electric Treplo, 44-8, and Mondovi took down Osceola 42-27. And then the game that I did watch, Northwestern, ranked very high, very good team. I tell you what, guys, they did take down Somerset 27-14, but that was a heck of a game. And I was talking to one of the players, Lane Pinsko, over the weekend, and they made 4 catches that normally you don't make in the high school.
Really?
I mean, maybe 1, but they made 3 to 4 of those catches. Somerset also fumbled right before half, which did not obviously help them, but hung in tough against Northwestern. So I'm looking for Somerset to definitely finish better than they predicted.
Yeah,
in
they
their
have
earlier
Amory
stuff.
this week. I
Yeah,
know.
they do have Amory this week at Amory, I believe. So
Did Pinska play?
he did play a little bit on defense.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. What's going on this week in the middle border?
All right. Well, let's take a look at it.
Because there is one game, and there's going to be one great game.
I tell you what. So right away, we already talked about it. We've got Somerset visiting Amory on Friday night. We have St. Croix Central visiting Baldwin-Woodville, and that was one you want to comment. I'll just go through it, and you can comment on the rest of it. Prescott does travel to Ellsworth, and Altoona travels up to Osceola.
The war on Highway 12 reignites itself this Friday night. These are 2 good teams. I do know that I've asked people from both towns, hey, you want to come on the podcast with us and talk about the game? And they just said no. But it should be another great game between these 2 schools. So obviously them being 4 or 5 miles apart, and all the history that goes along with that. This should be one of the better games of that series. So.
All right.
So that's Friday night. It's in Baldwin, too, this year.
It is in Baldwin.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's kind of the wrap on the high school stuff. Let's kick it over to some college football. My Badgers are 1-0. They won. Moose, did you watch any college football this weekend?
Nope.
Yeah, you did.
Well,
you were
yeah.
sitting next to me.
Thursday night.
Yeah. Well, I did watch, I watched a fair amount on Saturday, but I did watch the game day thing, Lee Corso, last headgear.
Oh, yeah.
He put on the old Ohio State Buckeye. So that was really neat to see. Just, you don't realize where where that college game day has come since all that stuff has started. It's kind of amazing to see and to relive a little bit. I remember we were down in Madison, always wanting game day there when I was going to school there. Was fortunate enough to bring Bennett and a bunch of his buddies down for a birthday party. That was college game day was there, so that was really cool. They got to meet Corso, meet most of the guys on the set. But it's just crazy how that college game day, as a couple people said, has kind of led into the NIL, pay players to play basically, because the college football game has become so big. And really, you think about it, college game day, ESPN, all those guys are responsible for it, so it's crazy.
Yeah.
And then your buddy Pat McAfee, my words, he's crazy.
I know it. Yeah, he's
But-
bringing a whole new dimension to that. That's for sure.
Giving away money, and then the guy kicks and makes that field goal, and then he's celebrating, steps in Herb Street's dog's poop. So,
Yeah.
But fun weekend, and then I think the biggest shock is just watching the kind of the poor play of Arch Manning.
Yeah.
I mean, that was kind of a shocker, I think, and then to watch
Alabama
go down. I mean, I'm starting to think like,
unranked Florida State.
yeah, and Florida State took it to them.
Oh yeah.
They took it to ground and pound, and now it's like maybe maybe Wisconsin's got a chance. Because I'm going to tell you, if they can run the ball, and defensively Wisconsin looked pretty decent, but Bama looked out of sorts.
Yeah.
And you talked to Jay Norville, you just listen to him talk, he's like, we were going to be the punishers. And, man, they were. It was a surprise, just kind of but first weekend, right?
Yeah.
But that was also a Florida State team that went 2-10 last year. I'm telling you what, Wisconsin can beat Alabama. This isn't Nick Saban's Alabama
No,
anymore.
I agree.
Right.
This is not. One thing when you talk about Lee Corso, how do you say it other than the fact that the ESPN's competitor is Fox Big Game at Noon, when the Fox Big Game at Noon is at the same game, and they do a 10-minute tribute to Lee Corso at the same game. That tells you how big of a deal Lee Corso was.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about it. Now, before we get off the college football deal, I thought you wanted to share some fun, interesting tidbits about North Carolina.
Oh, well, at one point, this is good. At one point, in one point last night during the game, North Carolina was losing 41-7 to TCU, Texas Christian, and the Twitter I saw about it was the fact that it was very interesting that while the score was 41-7, Bill Belichick was also 41 when his current girlfriend was 7.
All right. Well, I know this thing's running long, so let's get into just quickly. Hey, we're hitting week 1 of a little NFL football. So before we get our experience on NFL football, Moose, what do you got for your Vikings week 1? Let's don't give me the head shake. You do whatever you.
I don't even know who they play.
Oh my word.
That was my first question.
I don't. Guys, have you noticed I don't keep track?
I know, but then if they win, then it's all we do is win, win, win. Or you start playing a song.
No, they had to win like 11 for me to play that for you.
Do you know their quarterback?
JJ.
Oh, Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, there's 2 JJs.
So JJ to JJ.
So
It's our year. It's our year.
do you think this is your year?
No, I don't think. I think next
Come
year
on.
is actually the Vikings' year. But I don't. I don't
Well-
think this year is.
I just want to know does anybody know who they're playing?
Yeah, the Chicago Bears on
All right,
Monday
I was
Night
going to
Football.
say, just wanted to make sure. Moose, who are you predicting? Bears or the Vikings?
We'll go Vikings.
Where is the game played?
At Soldier Field. That's why it's Vikings at Bears Monday Night Football.
Oh, is that what you said? I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Bears. I'm going in an upset.
No.
Okay.
I'm just telling you. I firmly believe.
You know what? And I hate to say this. Who's the Bears' wide receiver? Is it?
A doomsday?
Odunze? Oh, they also have more, right?
Yeah, I think
Who's
so.
a stud?
Yeah, I think I have more in my fantasy team.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Vikings win that game 27-24 with an interception by Metellus as the Bears are going down the field at the end of the game.
Oh,
Really? So
it
a
sounds
close
like
one.
Close one.
Well,
I picked the
yeah.
I'll go with the Vikes.
All right. Now the only game that matters.
Ooh, this is gonna be a good one.
Sunday afternoon at 3:25, the Green Bay Packers taking on the Detroit Lions at beautiful Lambeau Field.
The nicest high school football stadium used in the NFL with its aluminum bleachers.
Who
Okay, let's go
still
on.
has a bigger seating capacity than your billion-dollar tin
know.
Tin
toilet?
So you
spaceship.
guys don't even have a roof on it. You don't have air conditioning.
Yeah. Would you rather
and-
fly coach or first class?
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
Exactly.
Well, personally, football is made to be played outside.
Oh.
That's why it's
It
with
is?
men, not with
It is?
women.
Oh.
Just saying.
And on grass.
All right. Quickly,
Ha-
who do you
the-
got?
The half-grass field of Green Bay's Lambeau Field.
Who do they play?
Detroit Lions.
Detroit.
Oh, Detroit.
I'm going with the Micah Parsons-led Green Bay.
All
Packers.
right. Packers. All the way.
I'm going Detroit. I thought it was really weird, though. I think the Packers are favored by 2.5, but the ESPN or whatever that thing is, the computer system that they use, that actually has Detroit as the greater percentage to win. But I'm going to go with Detroit. I think that I think there's a lot of talk about them losing their coordinators. The fact that they still have Dan Campbell, they still have the same players. They're getting Aiden Hutchinson back. You guys, I think this is a pretty damn good team in the Detroit Lions. So
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be
It's
fun.
going to be really fun.
Oh. Let's leave it here. Let's go on the brink with Brinkman and Moose. What do you got for a little agricultural talk today?
Well, I don't know. You guys picked on us last week about
I
our
know.
agricultural talk. And if you'll notice, the beans are starting to turn.
Yeah.
And the cobs are starting to
The
sag
droop.
in the cornfields. And these are
Droopy
important
cob.
things.
Droopy
Yeah.
cob.
These are important things. So,
No,
but
Gibby.
hey, you guys
He
just
held
pick
it here and was like,
he's just.
Well, what do you guys got? Come on.
That's really all I got.
it's
I don't-
September. It's fall
it's-
season. You
yeah.
can feel a tinge in the air. You can,
Yeah. And the allergies are picking up.
Al-
If
yeah.
You know that.
I
you know,
went
it's tough this year just because everything is starting to turn, right? Beans and like maple trees, you'll see like a small red tint in
Yeah.
them. But I've never seen maple trees this full on September 1st. Like everything is because
Probably
we've
'cause
had
it's
so
so
much
much
moisture.
rain.
And
Yeah.
So like we're still in like the allergies are horrible right now because we're still in full bloom. It seems like.
Yeah.
And then now we're hitting the fall season on top of it.
I know I talked to a farmer that lives out by Gibby yesterday, and I'm like, boy, your beans are looking good. He goes, yeah, but he said the
Thanks for noticing.
the white mold is
Depending on if you didn't,
yeah the
I'll decimate a crop.
Yep, the white mold is setting in, and it simply has to do with the amount of moisture that's been in the air. So that's too bad.
We needed
but,
to dry out then.
we needed to dry out on numerous reasons, but yeah, it's but I think the corn. I've never seen corn as tall and as strong as this year. So I don't know. Moose, what do you have on the?
So just so
crops
I'm
report?
understanding, when there's too much moisture in the air, your beans get a little white fuzz on them.
Moldy.
They get moldy.
They get moldy. Yeah,
They can't air out.
They
yep,
can't air out.
They can't air out. Exactly.
All right.
You're not.
I'm just,
You're not.
I'm clarifying things.
I'm not biting. I know what you're.
I'm not doing it. Hey, I'm just clarifying for
This
us
is your
folks that didn't grow
agriculture
up.
talk.
I know what you're peddling. I'm not buying because
I'm not
after
peddling
last week-
anything. Moose,
but I
on to
would
you.
like to- hey, hold on a second. I would like to say a huge shout out to Ryan Unger, who told us last Thursday that after our excellent
Yes.
ag report last Tuesday, on Thursday morning he was out by Star Prairie and he actually got out of his vehicle and walked through a field looking for some drooping cobs.
And he found a couple and sent us a couple pictures.
See?
So that's
All
what
right.
we're doing. So if you have any pictures of your moldy beans, send them to Brinkman. All right, on to you, Moose.
I'm gonna go with this just for the little tidbit because I used to be in the equipment dealership or you sell equipment for 7 years. One thing to remember is the price of corn is the same as it was in 1974 right now, but a price of a combine has a lot more zeros behind it.
Okay.
So just put that food for thought.
Well,
Yeah.
is
All
that
right.
just because of the amount of corn that's out there and how well it's been doing? No.
And you have to remember too. Let's back up 30 years ago, mid 90s. You know, if you look at the price of a combine, probably about 125,000 for a 9600, give or take, maybe about 100 grand. We do grow a lot more bushels now, but we have less farm ground growing it.
Okay, sure.
So I mean, everything is that much higher. I mean, it's
Wow.
just crazy to think that it's not like when you have $1 million combine 30 years ago, or $100,000 combine 30 years ago. Now it's $1 million.
Yeah.
What you have to put through that combine to make it work at $3 corn, which, like I say, same as 1974, but everything input wise is that much higher. So just think about that next time when you see these guys out there. They're not making $1 this year. They're losing money.
Wow.
Literally.
That's crazy. Well, that is your vital system stat
Yeah.
of the week. And my custom HVAC solution to a Tiger victory on this coming Friday, run the ball like they've been doing and get 2 turnovers defensively. It's my custom HVAC solution to a Tiger victory. We'll be sitting here talking next week about our 3-0 Tigers.
I think the Tigers do that, and I think they roll on Friday night, is my opinion.
Okay. Can't wait. What, you looking for me?
Yeah, first, do you got anything?
I can't really add much more than you guys have.
All right. I'm Scrib.
I'm Gib.
I'm Brink.
And we got Moose on the loose.